Now, I wasn't overly competent in Multiversus, but I do have a degree in bullshittery, so I do think I have the qualifications to make a tier list this early. For first ones, Anya, she's S tier in practically both of them. You can maybe argue A tier for 2v2s, but I don't know, I think that's underselling her. She has so much pressure, she can get to you quickly with her dagger. Batman, you know, Batman was the character that I played the most in the closed alpha, and I just thought I sucked ass. And I still kinda do. But the more I thought about it and the more I played a little bit of other characters, I'm like, nah, Batman's kind of trash. Especially in 2s. In 2s, he's like D tier. 1v1s, you can kind of make him work. Like, he has, I think, a favorable matchup versus Anya, or whatever her name is. But in most cases, he's pretty garbo. The only exception is when you're on his stage and you can get the invisibility for free from the smoke vents. That's about it. Bugs, you better be making sure you're not getting the wrong turn at Albuquerque, because he is, at minimum, the top of A tier. I want to put him in S tier, but I don't know if I can do that. 2s for sure. He's probably the most annoying character to play in 2s. 1v1s, maybe not so much. You can maybe argue A tier. I'll put him in S for now, but I'll look at the other characters. Finn's S tier, and I think both, quite frankly, maybe A tier for 1v1s. But his hitboxes are so obnoxious. I don't know what it is. When I first started playing against Finn's, I thought that he was just kind of maybe B tier. But as the closed alpha went on, he definitely showed his real colors here. Garnet is A tier. I think most people play Garnet wrong. I think they're a little bit too gung-ho. I think they need to dive in and out a bit more. I've seen some really good Garnets, and I almost want to put her in Hidden Potential. But I think A tier is fair enough. Harley is S tier for sure. Both cases, easy setups for kills. Good neutral game. I don't know how you could not think Harley is S tier. You're capping if you think she's maybe in B tier. I don't know how you could think that. Jake is weird, because I think he has, like, really good anti-air moves, and if you can't deal with that, he might be something that you cannot deal with. But if you can, he's maybe B or A tier. I'd say maybe bottom of A tier for now. This motherfucker is so annoying to play against in 2s. Every single time now at the end of the beta, or closed alpha, I would always see these guys get, like, above 400 damage. You have to prioritize this stupid dog. Otherwise, you're gonna get, like, 100 damage in 30 seconds and you won't even realize it. If you can rush him down and his teammate doesn't allow you to, or if the teammate allows you to rush him down, then it's kind of curtains for the team because he just can't set up. But if he can set up, he cannot be dealt with. So I'm going to put him in A tier, I think. Shaggy is like the most balanced character in the game. He's probably the most honest. With a little bit of buffs, I could see him getting maybe to top of A tier, but for now, I think he is just like the solid character of the game. If he kills you, he deserves to kill you, basically. Steven is by far Hidden Potential. I think once people figure this character out, he's going to be an S tier for sure. I think there are still some little bit of nooks and crannies unexplored with this character playstyle that people just have not gotten to yet. But once they do, this motherfucker is going to be running the game. I guarantee it. Superman. A lot of people say Superman's B tier. I don't buy it. Well, okay. So, sure, base Superman, for most of the cast, I think is B tier. But if you can't deal with his super armor, then he is one of the most frustrating characters to play against. So, like, if you are Batman, there are very few things you can do to Superman in a 1v1, for instance, that would allow you to get the favorable matchup. If you can deal with his super armor, he's probably bottom A, maybe B tier. But if you can't, he is like bottom S to top of A. So I'm going to put him at like, I'm going to put him here. Taz, okay, when I originally first started playing against Taz, I thought he was kind of like the most annoying character to play against, bar none. But the more you play against him, the more you can kind of exploit his weaknesses. The only problem is I have in 2v2s with him is if he's with another Taz, because his passive stacks with the other Taz, and that's really frustrating to play against. once he, like, gets going, it's very hard to stop him. So if it's, like, 2v2 Taz with another Taz, I think he's A tier. If he is just regular Taz, and 1v1s or 2v2, especially, he kind of runs the gauntlet on the 2v2 enabler. If he doesn't get an enabler, he sucks. So I'm going to put him in B tier. I think that's fair enough. Hidden potential, for sure, Tom and Jerry. If you ever faced another Tom and Jerry that even semi-knows what they're doing, they're going to wipe the floor with you. I don't know how you couldn't think otherwise. As soon as people start figuring out this character and get to the top of his skill ceiling, I almost guarantee he's going to be like top of S. They're just way too good. They have so many answers for so many things. Wonder Woman. You know, I've seen some people put Wonder Woman at like top of B tier, bottom of A tier. Nuh-uh, that's cap. That is some serious mega cope. Wonder Woman has been slept on for most of this closed alpha. She is at bare minimum bottom of A tier, or I mean top of A tier rather. I think there's an argument to be made for S tier. I just don't think she has like she's just too honest, I think, to be put in S tier. If you get hit by Wonder Woman, you kind of deserve to be hit by Wonder Woman. Her armor is like super good though. Her shield's like really underutilized by a lot of Wonder Woman players. But I don't think she deserves to be an S. Velma is busted. I don't mean busted as in like she is the best character in the game. I mean busted that she isn't like a character that is in this game compared to the rest of the characters. She has homing attacks. Her weaken goes across the full stage. Most of her good moves are on cooldown all the time, but once they're off cooldown, she is instantly one of the best characters in the game. The cop car is so weird as a mechanic. Like, sometimes it's an insta-gib, insta-one stock. Other times it does nothing, it just sits there. So, I think they didn't know what to do with Velma. She's really wacky. I wouldn't put her anywhere on this list except in her own tier of busted, because that's where she belongs. She's just too different from the rest of the cast.